And welcome back to the start of a brand new Naruto What If. And the polls had it. It won out. The winner was, what if Jiraiya and Tsunade adopted Naruto? Now, this comes to us from Timothy Frazier, Moo God, Itachi Uchiha, Daniel Higgleman, John Coleman, Xbox and PS4 Gamer Time, Marcus Kane, Patrick Serrano, KP and Garimu, and Bryant R. I do like a what if where I can get a bunch of people at once, so that helps lessen the amount down the road. Plus, it's one that's been highly suggested. Now, I've done Tsunade, I've done Jiraiya, now we're doing them both. So how does this work? Context. Well, we know Jiraiya and Tsunade were out during the Nine Tails attack. They weren't in the village. Tsunade had been gone, honestly, for like 15 years or something like that at least. She was gone, I think, already a couple of years prior to the Nine Tail attack. Jiraiya just comes and goes. So how does this work? Well, I think it would take place after, obviously, the Kyubey attack is done. Minato and Kushina are dead. And now they are deciding what is to become of Naruto. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but in the manga, I actually don't think it's ever mentioned if there is a shinobi council or civilian council. I think that's something the fandom has also made up, similar to like Jiraiya having a spy network. But for the sake of these, it makes sense there might be one. I just don't recall in the manga there was ever a mention of one. But I could be dead wrong on that. And let me know if I am wrong and where that was stated. But they're making their debates and they're trying to figure out what to do with Naruto. Up until a certain moment, it was going about the same. The idea that Naruto should be placed in the foster system, that no one should be taking care of Naruto in a clan, so no one would, I guess, have any extra power. I don't know the reasoning behind that. Well, let me rephrase that. I get, in theory, the idea behind that, but that's stupid because it's still the Jinchuriki, and people are going to treat him like shit. I still haven't done the dumbest Naruto list right down yet from moments from part 1, but that might be on there too. Like the treatment of Jinchuriki in general is just so stupid. Anyway, but as they're kind of reaching, everything's coming to a head. Jiraiya shows up. The door opens and everyone's like, "It's Jiraiya the Sannin." "Hey, old man, it's been a while." "Jiraiya, I wasn't quite expecting you. I take it you heard the news then. It doesn't take long for news to reach pretty quick. So it's true. Minato and Kushina are gone. They are indeed, Jiraiya. Well, then I know that I think we both know it has to be done." And Jiraiya goes up and he takes the little baby Naruto. He's got little baby Naruto. He's like, and Danzo, who apparently speaks more like this, still didn't like that voice changer for the dub. Oh, sorry, I caught my throat there. For the dub. I still didn't like that for the dub, like that voice. I always depicted it more like a gruff voice like this, but not like a voice like that. Whatever. Point being, Jiraiya, may I is it given the fact that you would hold the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, we would like to know what your intentions are. And Jiraiya just casually say, "Oh, that's simple. I'm taking Naruto out of here." You have no right to take him. Actually, I have all the right. Pulls out a scroll, signed with him and Minato. You see, I'm the one who is this boy's godfather. You're what? Yeah, he's the godfather. This is true. That Minato and Kushina confirmed it with me just to be sure. I'm trying to do it's hard to go from Danzo and Sarutobi. Jiraiya. Yeah, Sarutobi has a little slight more gruff and a bit more of he's a bit of a slower talker. That's a gruff and slower talker. He talks a bit more like this. Whereas Danzo talks a bit more, has a bit more pace to his speech. But anyway, I can confirm this. And he shows a scroll, and as of now, none of you have the authority over Jiraiya. But he has the nine-tailed fox, so we can't just let him. And all of a sudden, Jiraiya lets out a serious amount of killings. This boy is not the fox. He is a child who's just lost his parents. He is now under my care. Do you have a problem with that? No. Don't worry. I'll bring him back when it's time for him to start the academy. But for now, he's going to be under my stewardship and my care. So If you don't mind, I'll be taking my leave. And so everything meets being adjourned. Saratobi appears as Jiraiya's kind of walking. He's like, I see. So, what is your intent? Oh, well, I can't say I'm necessarily the best judge of character or the greatest with kids, but I'll do my best. Besides, I've got someone in mind to help me out with this. You mean? Do you mean? Yes, it's time to go pay a visit to an old teammate of ours. And so Jiraiya goes out to find Tsunade. Now he doesn't find her in the same place, but he finds her pretty much in the same type of location. A bar. She's drinking her troubles away. It's early on in the mourning period. She's not in that bitter, resentful, let everything burn place of mourning she was when they met her. But she is in that she's in that like fresh, like reactive pain area. Wrong thing would easily set her off. Yeah, Jiraiya's like, well, it's good to see you two again. Tsunade, Shizune, but I think is around. Oh, dude, go in a second. I'm gonna look up Shizune's age. That part I don't know how old she was compared to Shizune. How do I Naruto, right? Naruto? There we go. Oh, it's with an I, not you, dumbass. All right, so Shizune. How old was she when we first met her? And that'll give me. Okay, she was 28, right around the time of the Nine Tails, right around the time of the original series. Naruto's 12, 13, so she was about 15. So she was about shipping in age for a ninja when they met her initially. And wow, you want to talk about someone who actually got perfectly adequate treatment? And I'm sorry, I'm seeing your picture compared to where she was in the part 1 and 2 versus Boruto. She got one of the best transitions you could have gotten. Anyway, and so like seriously, and that's in part 2. She was 31, and in the new era, you're talking about a woman who's probably in her mid 40s. Yeah, you compare her to someone like Kurenai, who certainly had a lot more wear and age on her face. No, she doesn't look any different. That being a medical ninja probably helps that out a lot. Anyway, I digress. So Shizune's and Jiraiya, what's that? What are you doing here? What are you out on your back? And they just see the little baby Naruto, who is probably a couple months old. Took him a little while to find her, because it took him a little while to find her even then. So I was like, Jiraiya, what poor woman did you knock up? I was like, come on, you know me better than that. And then he kind of just takes the kid out, just kind of cradles him a little bit, gives him a bottle. Kid's definitely got an appetite. You definitely take after your mom. And he then gets a little bit more somber and serious. Tsunade, I want you to meet your... And this is in relation to... Because we know she is part Uzumaki. But in relation to Naruto, it is really hard to figure out where she actually lies. She is probably like a great-great aunt several times removed. Because it's unknown into what relation Mito Uzumaki, the first Hokage's wife, and her grandmother. We don't know the relation to her and Kushina either. So we'll say it's like she's got to be like a great aunt several times removed. Easy. I was like, I'd like you to meet your great nephew several times removed. Naruto Uzumaki. I was like, no? And she perks up and is like, my nephew? And is it? And wait, but that would mean that. So Kushina's boy. Well, what does? Wait, then why do you? And look gets a little bit more serious and somber on Jiraiya's face, but he goes, "They're gone. Minato and Kushina gone." And he explains the Nine Tails attack and what happened. And Tsunade starts to get mournful again. Like again, she's in that more raw emotional state very early on in the mourning process. I mean, it's been years still, but mourning process versus that bitter state she gets to later on. And so she it gets in her drinks to kind of force the tears down. And she's not in a good way at the moment. But she ultimately, well, that's why, and this is why the Hokages job of Kage is such a fool's errand. You live long enough to die the hero, you become a villain, or if you live long enough to become a hero, or what? She kind of so why are you here though? Well, obviously I can't raise this kid on my own, I can't think of anyone better, honestly, to help me raise him. So you're joking, right? You're joking. Me raise a kid? Please, that dream died long ago. I have no interest in doing it. Oh, come on, just hold the kid. At least hold him, Tsunade. I don't want to hold him. Just leave me alone, Jiraiya. It's like, come on, Tsunade. Please, come on. And she is like, no, I don't want to. I was like, come on. She's like, let's. And then Tsunade's like, aren't you cute? Yes, you are. It's like Shizune, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, but look at him. Oh, he's so cute. I know. Look, I know. I can't expect you to be all gung ho about this from the get, Tsunade. I know convincing you wouldn't be easy. Convincing me is going to be impossible. Okay. I'm not a ninja anymore. I'm not the medic. I'm not a girlfriend. I'm not a sister. I'm just me. I like being me, and I don't want any of this. Okay. And Troy just looks at us like, man, I didn't realize how far you'd fallen. I knew their deaths hit you hard, but she just like, don't you, it's kind of like Thor in Endgame, don't you say their name, that drunk, like, he's like, kind of like, she grabs, don't you say their names. And Jiraiya's like, and Jiraiya, like Hulk's like, please let me go. You don't know anything about it, okay? I know when someone's trying to run from something and then can't hide it, and so they just bury themselves in their vices. I said shut up, and then the baby cries like, it's like, this Lady Tsunade. It's like, and Tsunade's drunk, but she's not really an ass. She's hurting bad at this point. Sorry, you're giving me. It's like, all right, come on. What's his name? No, his name's Naruto. And Jiraiya kind of gets it's Naruto. Named after a fish cake? Hey, Minato named him, not me. So it's all right, fine. Calm down. Calm down. She just looks up and she just looks up, and he reminds her of Milwaukee at that age. Because I'm sure she saw her little brother at that age. So, and she does. That fly goes, he looks just like Milwaukee. And then all of a sudden his hand reaches up a little bit. Sees her necklace, and she's, she can't help but kind of smile a little bit. She, oh, you like my necklace, huh? And say, you can't have my necklace. Over someone who doesn't want to raise him, you sure seem to like him a lot. Look, he's a little baby. Babies are cute, okay? But you know, and now Tsunade's less bitter and more just actually trying to get out of it, but also be honest, be like, we both know I am not cut out for this. And Jiraiya just kind of looks at, I know you didn't really get a chance to experience this. I'm sorry for that. And again, she gives him a look, but he also accepts the apology. And then he looks around and says, but they would have wanted you to be happy and have a life. Maybe this is the chance you can have for that. Maybe this is the chance you can have to have at least something that keeps that memory alive. And she thinks, and she hears that, and she thinks, however, it's like the chance to actually have somewhat of a family, even if it's just adoptive. She smiles a bit, it's appealing to her, and she does like the idea and have their memory lived on in some way. And she ultimately laments, like, fine, I'll help raise him, but I'm not moving back to the Leaf Village. And it's like, hey, not asking you to. When the kids are ready for the academy, I'll take him back. But until then, we can help raise him out here and make sure he's prepared. We? Oh, come on, I'm his godfather. You didn't think I'm just going to pop it. I'm just going to ditch him on you. I can't say I'll be around always, but I'll definitely try to help out and be around as the best I can. It's like, fine, but we definitely need to find a place to live. Fortunately, Jiraiya is loaded, so it's like, that is no problem. And they find a nice spot. No, he's not living in Mount Miyabuku, but they're finding a nice spot, like in the forest near like some water and stuff like that. And for the next several years, it really is just them raising Naruto, getting used to him. Naruto wouldn't start training until at least his early mid formative years. So like 3 to 4 is when he would actually probably start training. It'd be important for him to at least have just a standard minor childhood before starting to get in the ninja way. And one of the big things they do agree on is that when he is about to go, when we're about to take him back to the Leaf, we do need to tell him about the Fox. He needs to know about it so he can be prepared for that. Now, two things to talk about is Jiraiya and Tsunade's relationship. A lot of people are thinking that they're just going to get paired off. And I'm not saying that can't happen. I'm not even saying I won't do that. But just because they are co-parenting doesn't mean they're going to fall in love or do it or whatever. But the question is just, does she even have romantic feelings for Jiraiya to begin with? And it's difficult to actually say whether or not she does. We know that she valued him as a friend. She very much valued him as a friend. But nothing really came of that beyond the friendship, beyond there's nothing that really came of that really at the end. But the one thing that people kind of hold on to that is when Jiraiya ended up dying during the mission to the Rain, she privately mourned her loss for her dear friend and teammate. But she also doubted that she also said that she wouldn't make it easy on him when he got back. This is interpreted. This is interpreted by the fandom that she was maybe going to actually give him a chance like when he got back. But I don't know. I really don't know. That could easily just be interpreted that she would just make things harder for him. Like, yeah, you're going to stay in the mission village a bit longer and all that, and you're going to work harder. At the same time, though, the implication there really could have been that she might have finally given him a chance when he got back. I will say this, because they're younger and have a lot more time on them to kind of work with that, it could be a lot more likely that with the helping of Ray, and I could even see a scene, and I even thought of the scene, where they're laying a young Naruto to bed, and they're both there, and they're just looking at him, and they're both just kind of beaming a little bit, and like smiling, and very happy that they have this kid in their life. And, Jiraiya looks at her and just goes, for what it is, I'm sorry. For what it is, I'm sorry. You should have had this a long time ago. I'm glad you had the opportunity to do so. And he walks off, and she kind of smiles, and even has a little bit of blush. She's like, damn it. He might be a perfect, but he can be so fucking sweet sometimes. I could definitely see, at least not when Naruto goes to the academy, but I could see the groundwork being laid out that she does start to see that true, legitimate, good, that person in him. And besides, I don't think she ever said he wasn't unattractive, by the way. Jiraiya, at least from the way he's presented, is not a bad-looking guy at all. But beyond that, also, how Naruto helps bring her back emotionally. She has this little kid who now sees her basically as mom. Like, he might be her nephew. He might technically be her nephew, but to him, she is mom. And now to have that, and just have someone that to take care of and nurture and to love, and who loves you, and like it helps heal a lot of the pain she has. She'll always have that pain. I can even see her getting over her fear of blood in an incident where Naruto maybe wanders out. She goes looking for him. She sees him getting attacked by a bear, like an animal, like a bear, for example. She comes in, but she punches the bear, claws her. She's got blood on her, so she starts to freak out. And Naruto sees it. Mommy, are you okay? And she's in the bear's coming. Mommy, and then she can see, because maybe Naruto even knows she's afraid. It's like, Mommy, Shizune, who's also would be an aunt here, is like, your mom's got a bit of a fear of blood. It's like, Mommy's afraid of blood? It's like, no, you don't hurt my mommy! And, Tsunade seeing her son just being like protecting her, when she's the one protecting him, just cracks that, like, just breaks down the whole barriers of fear. Be like, don't you hurt my son! Just cracks the bear and just kills it straight out. Say, Mommy, are you okay? Mommy will be just fine. You're my brave. I just gotta be careful. You're my brave little man. I will. No one will hurt Mommy. Don't hurt you ever, Mommy. And she just has these tears of this. Is like, this is my son. So I can see that being really sweet and very adorable. Now, in terms of Naruto, how strong he gets when Jiraiya brings him back to the village, that I had to think on for a while, because once they began training, I think there'd be a lot Naruto could learn in that short time, because he'd be about 7 or 8 when he goes into the academy. But he's not going to learn just about everything they can right at the gate. You just can't do that. What Naruto would learn, he would have far better chakra control here. That is something they would stress to a T with Naruto's chakra control, knowing the Fox's chakra is coming in to just increase his reserves constantly, but also being an Uzumaki, he has massive reserves to begin with. And though you can't see my scroller here, my cursor here, he was given the Genesis rebirth seal just like Tsunade. Now the reason for this is he was not taught what it actually does. In fact, this was probably put on, Tsunade probably put this on him very early into their raising of him. And this is because it constantly feeds and absorbs chakra from you. And that would include maybe even a little mix of the Fox's chakra too. So because of that, it's another source of getting some chakra out of Naruto's way to help ease up on his chakra control. Plus, it's just a great technique when they decide to teach Naruto what it actually does. So he actually does have the seal on his forehead. But beyond that, chakra control is stressed. I do think they would have taught him the shadow clones early because they know that Naruto, even with good chakra control, the standard clone technique they teach in the academy be damn near impossible for him to learn. So they decided to do the shadow clone technique. And they realized that with his massive chakra reserves, he can use this as a training method. This has enabled him to learn basic to a little more than like maybe intermediate levels of seals. This has allowed him, so basically storage seals. He can actually create explosive attack. I think the most advanced seal he can maybe do is like a minor barrier seal for containment. And that's only if he's got a Naruto making like a force, like a, not a star formation, but like a rectangle formation, and then just boom, seal, and then kind of keep someone in there. That's basically what Naruto could do at the moment, but still better than any academy student can. I think they definitely try doing chakra training with him in terms of elements. Naruto probably knows the Gale Palm technique and the Great Breakthrough. That'd probably be it. That's more than most academy students know. And beyond that, he also wanted to learn a bit of his mom's medical ninjutsu so he could help people out. Now, chakra control is key for that, and which is why they've been stressing it. He only has a bare bones. He could heal minor cuts, scrapes, maybe a gash, but unfortunately, like internal bleeding, broken bones, none of that is up to Naruto's part. The chakra control is very key, and while he's got good chakra control, all things considered, nowhere near that level. Plus, he can do the tree climbing technique and the water walking technique. So we're going to leave off basically with him entering into the academy. Now, one thing I wanted to just talk about is Naruto's wardrobe. He's not wearing that Kill Me Orange suit. He does have orange because he likes orange, but he's not wearing that. What he is wearing is basically something akin to young Jiraya's outfit. What I could see here though is something with maybe the red here is orange on his shirt. His pants look the same, by the way. With the shirt, and maybe this color could be something more like a black or a blue. Actually, the blue would look good. So yeah, actually, the blue would look really good. So a blue and an orange here because Naruto wants orange on him. So something like young Jiraiya wears. There I go. I'm gonna do that. And so they bring him back, and Tsunade is actually with them. And, the Eternal Chunin is like, hey, Jiraiya, Lady Tsunade? Oh, what is it? Hey, we're here to see the old man. And so they go there. They go see third. Jiraiya, welcome back. And and Naruto, you've grown so much over all these years. Do you know me? I only met you when you were with an infant. I don't think I could, but I still recognize you. I can't miss that orange malt top anywhere. So, yeah. So I was like, wow, cool, man. I see you take after your adopted father. I see you take after Jiraya. Yeah, and he's taking on some of my better traits, and luckily none of your worst traits. Oh, come on now, I'm not that bad. At least he's not. At least he's not a gambling addict. Yeah, yeah. Twitch. Yet. It's like, what are you saying? Don't think I didn't see you playing with him at the kitchen table a couple times. Yeah, anyway, what can I say? The kid's got good luck. And Jiraiya can see, and Naruto because he Jiraiya, Tsunade, they've actually formed quite a nice little family, and they're all laughing. Well, Naruto, I assume you're here to join up with the academy and become a ninja of the become a leaf ninja village again. Leaf ninja of the village again. Like, yeah, that's right. I can't wait to. And I'm surprised though to see you here, Tsunade. May I ask what brought you back? And Tsunade admits it. I'm gonna keep Jiraiya. Look, me and Jiraiya. Jiraiya has to keep going in and out of the village. I don't have to. And though I've still got some painful memories here, I'm willing to come back and look after my son. And Sarutobi hears the word son. And first off, he wants to come back, which is great. But then she hears son, and he does smile a little bit, like that coy smile, like, well, wonders never cease. So, well, very well. I think we'll be able to do it. The academy will start off in a few weeks. But until then, we'll get you settled. Fortunately, your old clan compound is still available for use. It's like, well, splendid. Now tell me, how strong are you, Naruto? And I say, oh yeah, and he explains everything he can do. And my word, that's impressive for not even an academy student. And he thinks he'd probably even be equivalent to a low Chunin at this point. Is that all? And then and then they ask Sarutobi to put the silencing seals on the room. He activates them, and is like, yeah, and just so you know, Naruto is very well aware of his condition. She's like, I see, so you're aware of the fox inside you. Yeah, Mom and Dad told me when I was, they told me when I was about 5. They felt when I started training. Just so you know what that means, right? Yeah, it means I have a tail be sealed inside of me, but it doesn't mean I'm a monster. And Jiraiya again gives up smart. Or Jiraiya, Sarutobi again gives a smile. That's correct, Naruto. Let no one ever tell you different. I look forward to seeing your career unfold. And so they find the clan compound. Jiraiya says, I'm going to head out for a little while, for a few weeks, but I'll try to be back for the academy and all that. And so a few weeks pass, Naruto gets settled into the village. Just walking around, people don't recognize him, but like, oh, hi. And like, yeah, hi. Very few people even know who he is, let alone that he has 9 tails in him. Only certain members of this, like the Shinobi Council, know. Danzo know, and I'm sure there are people who do know and who do give him looks. But because so few people know, he is able to get out. He is able to traverse the village without much of a difficult time. Now, with that said, with the academy starting up, I think we'll leave it here. Jiraiya does manage to show up, see him off for his first day, and they'll pick him up afterwards. But beyond that, Naruto starts his first day at the academy. I technically had more notes to go beyond this, but we'll cap it off here. We're just at 30 minutes. Until then, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I will see you for the next one, and I'll see you later.